Hi Virgo, welcome to your weekly check-in for the 26th of November to the 2nd of December. These messages are for Virgo Sun, Moon and Rising. Thank you very much to everyone who likes, shares, comments on the videos and subscribe to the channel. It's all very much appreciated. If you'd like to book a personal reading, please see the description box below the video for information on how to do that. Just want to point out, we've got a full moon on the 27th of November. So you may want to consider whatever comes out in this reading as an intention that you might want to set for release, because we often consider full moons to be a time for releasing things. So the messages might be helpful there. Right, these are the oracle decks I'm going to be using for the reading today. I'm going to start off with a message from this deck, Black Moon Lilith Cosmic Alchemy Oracle, which is a mouthful. This is a brand new deck I've got, and I absolutely love it. Connected with it as soon as it was in my hands, and the messages have just been, I really like the way this book is written. I don't think so far I've come across something written in this way, and it's it's brilliant. So let's start off with a message from that one. So what does Virgo Sun, Moon and Rising need to know for the 26th of November to the 2nd of December? So this is your main theme. What is the main theme for Virgo Sun, Moon and Rising? Right, you have Mars, drive, energy and passion, and I think I will take the both of them. You're the first sign where two have come out, and I think if two have come out, it's got to be relevant. So you also, you also have the Phoenix, death and rebirth. So Phoenix rising from the ashes. So I'm definitely going to read the Mars one. And you know what? These are both connected to Scorpio, because Scorpio, I believe, is connected to the planet Mars. And obviously the Phoenix rising from the ashes, death, rebirth, that's a Scorpio theme as well. So again, I feel like I've gotten quite a few messages for you that have been about transformation and awakening, and obviously those things take time. It's not a 1 week process. Those things can take years, so it wouldn't surprise me if that's a running theme for you. But let's get the book. Let's look at the Mars message, not image, and then I will consider if I want to look at this one. These are both eights as well, and eights, the number 8 is it connected with death and rebirth? It might be. I know it's like the infinity symbol. It's connected to the infinity symbol. It can be to do with movement as well. I'm just trying to think. Okay, let's move on to the Mars message, and then we can have a look at everything else. Right, so Mars is the cosmic divine masculine and loves to initiate action. Well, that's number 8, isn't it? Movement, progression. So he loves to initiate action, lead, compete, and come out on top. If you have felt stagnancy in your life, this card indicates that a breakthrough is imminent. When Mars is present, the universe is ready for you to move forward. A supportive masculine figure could also be coming into your life to assist you. One caveat about Mars energy: the need for dominance and power struggles can come up now. Remember to practice patience. In astrology, Mars is the planet of action, drive, sex, aggression, passion, physical strength, and how we get things done. In Roman mythology, Mars is the god of war, the military, and agriculture. It also rules over the fire sign of Aries and the water sign of Scorpio. Aries is the explosive and physical action-oriented side, while Scorpio represents the strategic and passionately reactive side. In astrology, it is considered a personal planet, meaning that it appears prominent in your outward personality. It can describe how we like to exercise, what motivates us, and how we react in anger. When you are doing something that you are passionate about, it increases your manifestation power. Find your Mars sign in your birth chart and match it in the following list with what drives you. So there is a link in the description box for a website that can generate your birth chart if you don't already know where Mars is in your birth chart. So I'll read what it says here. So your passion according your Mars sign. So Mars in Aries, your passion is leadership and independence. Mars in Taurus, it's sensuality and values. Mars in Gemini, speech and communication. Mars in Cancer, nurturing and emotion. Mars in Leo, expression and creativity. Mars in Virgo, analysis and organization. Mars in Libra, beauty and balance. Mars in Scorpio, strategy and intuition. Mars in Sagittarius, learning and optimism. Mars in Capricorn, structure and discipline. Mars in Aquarius, logic and innovation. Mars in Pisces, emotional depth. And the final message, prepare for a fiery, passionate time of creation. Sex is a positive outlet for you right now. So that might help someone out there. But let's move on to this Phoenix message. As I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to read all of this one because yeah, it's kind of like the Tower, isn't it? It mentions upheaval, unexpected events, major shifts, your life completely changing. I mean, that's transformation. Again, Scorpio, it mentions, oh yeah, it does mention the number 8 here actually, so I wasn't wrong about that. So it says, it's not a coincidence that Scorpio is the 8th sign of the zodiac, and the number 8 is also the shape of the infinity symbol, which is what I said. And I haven't had this deck long, so it's not like I've memorized everything, but yeah. So an interesting thing, I'll read this a little bit at the nearer to the end about the phoenix. It's an ancient occult symbol linked to the sign of zodiac, and it says the phoenix is depicted as an eagle-like bird with vibrant gold and red feathers that would live for 500 years, die, and then be reborn. Ancient Egyptians believed that just before death, the phoenix makes a nest of cinnamon, myrrh, and herbs. It then sets its nest on fire as it bursts into flames and destroys itself. A new phoenix rises from the ashes, and when it grows strong enough, it creates an egg from its old ashes and places it at the altar of the sun god Ra. So if you've ever noticed in some, and I think it's in this deck actually, which is the Spellcaster's deck, in the Judgment card, which is Death Rebirth, there's an egg in there, and I never really knew what that meant. I don't think it says it in the book I've got, but it says it here about the egg. So that's the relevance of the egg, if you've ever seen that in a Judgment card in any deck. So shadow work is involved, integration of what's blocking your light, soul ascension. It also says, here's a good statement, it teaches us that we can go through dramatic shifts in our lives and return renewed. So change toward your more aligned and true future self. So a final statement, it says, new realities are crashing in. It's time for upheaval and transformation. Have no fear, this is just a part of the process. So again, intense energies for Virgo, like, are you getting a new life basically? But anyway, I'd say you're pretty motivated with it, with that Mars card being there. But let's see what your theme is from the tarot as well. So what else is the theme for Virgo with the tarot? And funnily enough, the Judgment card is right there after I was talking about the egg. So you have the Queen of, I mean, that's motivation, isn't it? Queen of Wands, fiery energy, fire everywhere, Mars, Phoenix, rising from the ashes, Scorpio, Queen of Wands. And I've said before, Scorpio for me feels almost like a fire sign, like it's a fiery water sign, although I know water and fire don't mix. But yeah, there's something fiery about Scorpio in a strange way, which it's there, isn't it? So that's the key theme here. And this is my absolute favourite Queen of Wands out of all of the decks I have so far. I mean, the red hair thing, I've said before, I absolutely love red hair. My hair was the actual literal shade of red at one point in my life, and it fell out because of it, or some of it fell out because of it. But yeah, this Queen of Wands, I just think she's absolutely stunning. But anyway, right. So I was looking at the sort of paying attention to the energy that you're in. So this is your energy at the minute. And I was thinking that while I was shuffling the card, even though I didn't say it. So change, transformation, going into a new cycle. That doesn't surprise me. External or surrounding energy. The Fool. Wow, you've got really go-getter. Like all of this is kind of go-getter energy, isn't it? Let's see what your advice is. I mean, even if you don't feel like you're in a go-getter energy, it looks like you've got no choice, to be honest. And I know I speak a lot about freedom of choice, but you know, when, yes, we do get to choose how we respond to circumstances, but it looks like even if you're not wanting to change, it's like everything around you is pushing you that you're gonna have to do something, whether you want to or not. Let's try that again. So 7 of Swords came out. Right, guidance. That might be telling you actually that you can't run away from the truth. What was it? Where was it? It's gone now. But yeah, sometimes for me, the Seven of Swords comes out. One of my first go-to messages is escape plan. And also for me, it can be about not being honest with yourself. So I would say with that Seven of Swords coming out as advice after what I was just talking about even if you're trying to avoid it, you can't, I don't think you can run away from this. It's one of those energies where there's such major transformation going on that the tower, this is one of those things where that tower will come and tear things down to shit if you don't do it yourself. And I know it's not funny because I've had many towers, but yeah, I actually do like the tower to a certain extent. Right, guidance. It's going to be hilarious if that Seven of Swords comes back out. Nope, you've got the King of Cups. I mean, that's another card where it's like you can't deny something, can you? Like the King of Cups, we always say, I need to research the King of Cups more because I feel like I always give the same meaning. And it is a Scorpio card as well, that he feels very deeply, what he doesn't express exactly how he feels until he's ready. You can't avoid this. It looks like you can't avoid it. If there's something, a certain way that you feel, you might not be telling anyone, you might be keeping it to yourself, but you can't hide it forever. So let's get into the clarifiers now. So I like this energy, it's interesting. Queen of Wands, why is the Queen of Wands there? So I feel like it's got to be upright actually. We've got the Knight of Swords, okay. Again, it's giving an energy of you can't run away from the truth, you can't run away from how you feel. That, I mean, that might be your advice with the King of Cups, that you just got to honour yourself and align with the truth and the truth of your feelings, to be honest. I mean, the truth of your feelings. Let's see what else comes out. I mean, I feel like this Queen of Wands, it's the real you. It's the what you really think, what you really feel. And not just knowing that, but being able to express it as well. And you may have expressed it already, but it's like, I'd say with all the transformation energy, it might be telling you that you're expressing it in a new way. And it's probably a way that's more aligned with you, because obviously we change over time, don't we? We evolve, we grow. So you may have been authentically expressing already, but it's like, well, you've grown now. So your circumstances have to change if you're going to be aligned. You're going to have to express in a new or different or more expansive way that is in alignment with who you've become now. Change, Wheel of Fortune again, change. Ten of Swords, I mean, that is where something's finished, isn't it? And you're going into a new cycle. You've got massive cards of change. You've got the World, the Wheel of Fortune there, the Phoenix card, and then you've got the Ace of Pentacles. That's opportunity, isn't it? The only one I want to look at is the Ace of Pentacles. But as I say, this just feels like it's time to show the real you, or more of the real you. Because as I say, you may have been very authentic before, but it's like, who are you now that you need to be more in alignment with, or that your life needs to be more in alignment with? Because it's like, have you outgrown your own life? I know that sounds weird, and that might be your title actually. But have you, I mean, yeah, have you outgrown your life, your old life? So let's look at that Ace of Pentacles. Right, okay, I said, have you outgrown your old life? I mean, so you've got an opportunity here. This looks like an opportunity. I'd say it's an opportunity for change. King of Wands is the partner of the Queen of Wands. This is, it did talk about a male figure, didn't it, actually? The King of Wands is Leo, isn't it? But it's still fire energy. It mentioned a male figure helping. I don't think that's what that is. I think it's you. It's an opportunity to fully step into this, who you've become. I still feel that that's what it's about. But it's like you've outgrown your old life now. So it's kind of whether you've already left things behind, or you're in the process of it, or you have. I feel like you've probably outgrown your old life. Or outgrown your life, or outgrown yourself even in a weird way. I know you can't technically outgrow yourself, but in the sense of in the way you operate in the world and who you are and what you show of yourself, that would be how you would outgrow yourself if you're not showing as like all of who you are now, if you're only showing the old version. So I'm going to leave that there because I think that's sufficient, to be honest. I feel like this makes sense. So the world, new cycle, new beginning, new chapter. Anything else for that? What's the new chapter? That's your energy specifically. So you probably are ready for this. Okay, well, we've got 8 of Cups there. So if you haven't already left something behind, you're definitely considering it. You know that something is not, you've probably outgrown something. You don't feel the same way about it anymore. And that's like being ready to explore the new, to gain new information, to learn something new. Anything else? You might literally be wanting to become a student or to study something. That's a possibility here with that Page of Swords coming out. Anything else here? Try that again. I mean, that's just inspiration. In fact, I'll keep it. It's inspiration, Ace of Wands. Passion, inspiration, drive. It's that Mars energy. Can be spiritual. Could be a spiritual path here. The King of Cups can be spiritual as well. And the Queen of Wands. Actually, the Wands are spiritual in general, aren't they? So that makes sense. You know what? I don't know. Okay. So I doubt many strictly religious people would be watching this, but there is even the potential of somebody like becoming the equivalent, I guess, in a way, of a born again Christian. Like maybe not literally. I mean, it could be literally if any Christians do watch these, because I know that certain religions don't like tarot, do they? But if it's not a literal born-again Christian, then somebody could be doing something that is the equivalent of that. That's what's coming to mind with that Fool card showing up as well. Anything else? So you could be, I mean, the Hierophant isn't here, but you could be becoming part of a new religion or new spiritual beliefs. Right, we have the Six of Swords and we have the Page of Cups there. So the Six of Swords, for me, that's just going off on a new journey. I always say that this guy reminds me of the Hermit, which is a Virgo card. And it's the Hermit assisting you. It's your higher self or inner self assisting you on your new journey with whatever it is that you hold sacred in here, whether it is your values, it's your identity, whatever it is that's sacred in there, you're traveling with that. We have the Page of Cups. So I'm going to clarify that. That for me is usually about expression. So again, where I talked about expressing, did I say expressing the new you or expressing the new version of you, who you've become? That could be along those lines. Let's look at that Page of Cups, please. Well, the Sun's dropped on my lap. We've got the Page of Pentacles, which is about planting a new seed, starting a new beginning, which, I mean, that's a given. And then we've got the Sun, it was in reverse on my lap, and that can be about expression, about shining your light, especially with the Queen of Wands being there. So it wouldn't surprise me if you were kind of ready or being pushed spiritually to move on a journey of expressing yourself in a brand new way, but tangibly. So it's not just declaring it to yourself, it's literally sharing who you've become with the world as well. So I'll leave that there. I'll put these away and then put the other cards back on top. I feel like calling this reading have you outgrown your life, but I feel like people might take it the wrong way, and if I'm going to be blunt, people might take it as a sort of suicide message, which it clearly is not in that way. But yeah, I could say former life, but I don't know, we'll see. Right, let's look at the Fool. That's the external energy, and I feel like that is just pushing you. That's what's around you. I wouldn't say it's a person. I mean, it could be you might have a friend who's very inspirational, who is this Fool energy, and you're like, wow. Not to say that they've told you to do something, but you look at them and you think, I feel the same way. I understand where they're coming from, and I feel like I'm in the same place as them. And it's kind of inspired you. Or it could just be an energy, planetary alignments, whatever you want to call it. I mean, this type of energy around you, spiritual energy, kind of pushing you for the new and to be very open on your path for anything, for whatever comes up now. Right, Knight of Cups, that's dreams, aspirations, isn't it? And being willing to go on the mission with it, because knights are on a mission, aren't they? I mean, you've got the Knight of Swords there as well. He's on a mission to tell the truth. Knight of Cups is on a mission to pursue his dreams, or their dreams. Three of Cups. That's a sharing card, isn't it? So again, that whole thing about sharing the new version of yourself or who you've become with others. Okay, and then you've got the Ten of Cups, which for me it's about shared happiness, isn't it? I mean, yes, it is fulfillment for you, but it's shared happiness, sharing what makes you happy even with others. So like say if it was career, there was a career element to it. If you're pursuing a certain career, and all careers, I mean, unless you literally solitary and stuck in a room on your own all day, there's usually some involvement with other people, because we're usually providing a service or something to that effect. So it's sharing what you love doing with other people, or even if you are solitary in whatever you do, even if you work on your own, you usually share what you're creating, something that someone else can enjoy, or whatever you're doing, you share with the people that are close to you your experience of it, and that's sharing the happiness as well, isn't it? So we've got the Seven of Wands that was sticking out in the deck. So that's standing up for yourself, standing up for what you want. Anything else? Like I said, even if you don't feel like you're in this energy right now, it's kind of feeling like you're being pushed heavily. So it's almost like you don't have a choice. Six of Pentacles, again, that's the sharing, isn't it? Sharing what you love, what you know, even maybe. So it's just an energy pushing you into this newness. Even if this is where you've been before, it's expanded. It's like an expanded version of this, whatever this was before. So I will leave that there, Virgo. I think your reading is going to be the shortest reading so far for the weeklies. The other ones are really long, but yours just feels pretty clear. So King of Cups, let's clarify that. I said that's about honouring how you feel and who you've become. How many have come out for that? Right, we've got the Eight of Pentacles. That was a bit confusing then. Eight of Pentacles, we've got Temperance, we have the Page of Pentacles, we have the Seven of Pentacles, and I'll get one more. I'd say, first of all, before I even look at that, this is you. It's telling you to put the effort in. Whatever it is that you feel, honour that by putting the effort in. Because you've got lots of doing cards here. You've got the Eight of Pentacles, that's putting in the work. Seven of Pentacles, again. I mean, it is a card of assessment, but assessing what's working, what efforts you've put in already, what's working, where to put new effort in. Page of Pentacles is ready to learn, ready to plant a new seed, ready to start from scratch. And then the Temperance card can be considered to be alchemy. It is about creating. It's creating, isn't it? Harmony, creating, connecting, and it's alchemy. So they're all cards of doing. It's about how do you feel? What's this new version of you? How do you want to move forward in life now? And honoring all of that by doing it, putting it into action, tangible, making it tangible. Magician, another card of doing. He's very capable. He confident, manifestation energy as well, but he's very capable. He has all the tools, and he creates, he experiments. And then you have the Two of Cups, and again, that's sharing, the energy of sharing who you are now, whatever it is, whether it's skills, your identity, your personality, whatever it is, it's sharing that. I actually don't feel like there's any need to clarify anything on its own here. I just feel like it's really straightforward. So if you are going through a transformation, you've outgrown your life, it's a case of now just being, fully being that new version of yourself, practically, not just thinking it, not just feeling it, but acting upon the thoughts and feelings and expressing it to the world and sharing it with others so that they can see who you've become. So let's put these cards back. And I guess for the most part, again, I would say that the key here might be, if you're trying to avoid this, I don't think you can, so you might as well just flow with it. And for anyone who's already motivated, because there is quite a lot of motivated energy here, it's just an affirmation or confirmation that, yeah, do it, go for it, keep going, I would say. So let's get you a final card of advice, although do you need it? I don't know really, but let's do it anyway. That was quick. So you have peacefulness, You recognize that balance, kindness, and love brings calmness to your soul. I'm going to get one more for that. You may have, I mean, you've had this thing about transformation, so this now may be coming to the part where you get the peace in your life, and the peacefulness might come from just expressing who you've become, really letting go of the old life and expressing who you've become. Let's get one more for you. I'm not giving you special treatment, Virgo, but it feels necessary, and I know you're the only sign so far to get 2 of these, but it just feels yeah, it feels like you need another card, if one will come out now. So one more card of advice. Right, friendliness. You are able to recognize traits in common with another in order to forge love-based connection. So that, again, that's that sharing energy. That could be where you share who you become. Now, I'm just going to check in the book, see if there's anything I want to add to this. So for the other signs, I have read the full message, but this just feels so straightforward. I don't know if it's worth it. Do I want to read it? All right, I'm going to read it just because it's only fair to you, because the other signs have had it read. So it says, the peacefulness card says, it's a sad irony of life that humans can only appreciate the quality of a peaceful existence by experiencing moments of comparative turmoil and conflict. Just as you most value health after an illness, so do you feel most grateful for peace once you have encountered strife. But discord is something that you can learn to avoid. Lucky is the soul who learns this lesson quickly. Confrontation and conflict are not the energy of spirit. Most people in our world are reactors, especially when they are the recipients of any negativity. They align more with an eye for an eye than turn the other cheek. Unfortunately, they don't realize that this is the worst possible response they could mount. A punitive reaction instantly forces the brain into survival mode, and hormones and chemicals of self-preservation are released into the body, which attempts to rid itself of the foreign invader who broke through the calm of its normal environment. The intensity takes a toll on the mind and body, eventually bringing about a state of dis-ease. This is why it is imperative that you make it a vital part of your daily ritual to return to a state of peaceful bliss and harmony as often as possible. Entering this zone of awareness automatically quiets and resets your brain. If this card often appears in your spreads, it would be wise to stick to a meditative schedule daily. So let's do friendliness as well. And I don't have anything to add to that, to be honest, so take it as you will. Right, a true soul virtue, friendliness, is when you are able to genuinely open up about your heart to others. Open up your heart about your heart, okay. Open up your heart to others without any expectations or conditions involved. There is a clear indication that you are excited to meet new people and share in new experiences. Through friendliness, you will encounter consciously or unconsciously a common thread or a quality that you share. In a friendship, you are able to be vulnerable with someone and learn and grow together. No one comes into your life by accident. Everyone has a lesson to teach you. The more you send forth the energy of friendliness, the more it continues to charge the atmosphere around you and any person you are in contact with, negating the possibility of creating a negative karmic tie. Friendliness tells everyone that you acknowledge them and share in the awareness that we are experiencing this earth dimension together. We are all here to support and encourage each other. Start with a smile. It can change the world. So I like that message, and I do think that it is why, well, not wise, but it helps to approach people with friendliness rather than, you know, some people will automatically assume everybody's a piece of shit before they meet them. And then there are people that are just friendly to everyone until they're proven otherwise. And I would go with the friendliness vibe. I mean, and I'm sure there's someone out there thinking, oh, but when I'm friendly to everyone, people treat me like shit. And I'm not going to deny that happens, because it does. But what's more beneficial? Approaching with people with friendliness, and then they may or may not turn out to be an arsehole, or assuming everyone's a sack of shit and just always being suspicious. What's more stressful to you? So I'll leave that message there, to be honest with you. I mean, I'll be honest, actually, I know a lot of Virgos, and to be frank, all of the Virgos I know, men and women that I've known, and for some reason I just know loads of Virgos, I'm not sure why, they're all really friendly, like they don't put up with any shit. That's the thing, they're so assertive and have boundaries, but they're really, really friendly, the men and the women, the same way. So that's really interesting that came up. But anyway, I'll leave your message there. Feel free to like, share, or comment on the video. You're welcome to subscribe to the channel as well. If you'd like to book a personal reading, please see the description box for information on that. And thank you very much for watching the video. And I hope there was something really helpful here for you. And until the next video, take care.